Alright guys, we are in the next series as we have Gambit versus Team Spirit coming up now as the second series of the day.
Dire team ban.
Well,
Radiant
hype.
team ban.
Hype, hype, hype! Finally! Gambit Esports against Team Spirit. I haven't seen these teams fighting each other.
Dire team ban.
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting much. I mean, like...
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
But that is one of the series that is at least because they both have even-ish points. Spirit is a little bit ahead.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, no one can beat him. I believe M19 also beat Gambit as well in one of their losses, so that's just like a general thing. Everyone loses to M19. And let's see, Team Spirit. They follow the pattern of, you know, the 4 roaming heroes always being picked up and Sanking, Nyx, and Clockwork removed, and the Night Stalker is going to be the first pick in Gambit. They snatch up the Lycan to counteract that Night Stalker. Oh, well, it's not necessarily a counter for the Night Stalker, but it's like Night Stalker is always a hero where you want to fight around nighttime, and suddenly Gambit is like, sure, why not?
Radiant team pick.
Well, why not? Question is what Team Spirit will pick up now with this Night Stalker, because it's quite hard to deal with Lycan and Bane. Maybe Gambit will go for full ham. Lycan is a strong hero, and in my opinion, I really love Lycan as a carry. He's quite sustainable on the lane. He improves any kind of a ganking potential with Howl, gains sustain for his team, additional 400 HP, if I'm not mistaken, it's quite a lot. Also, Bane gives a lot of control, very strong hero for beginning of the game, great rotations, control over BKB. What can you dream of ever, possibly?
Well, normally you pick up Night Stalker plus Batrider in the first phase when you go for this setup, especially when the Lycan gets picked up against you. You're like, okay, you first pick Night Stalker, the enemy picks Lycan +1, and then you pick the Batrider because Batrider is always a good... It's good in lane against Lycan, and it's just, you know, overall always good against Lycan. I kind of feel like that's why they picked the Bane, because Bane is one of the better heroes at zoning out the Batrider. So they decide to pick something else, at least for the beginning. They go for the Ancient Aberration, one of the more popular heroes lately. Lane dominating hero, plus just one of those position 5 heroes you can always just shove on a lane and then have him use his Ice Blast once in a while and still actually do something in the fights. So interesting hero, always a good hero though. Can always do a lot of work. That Chilling Touch in the laning phase. Since the hero has been dead for such a long time, people really just get surprised by that Chilling Touch damage, and that leads into a lot of kills lately.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Chill on the mid lane, try to run around, get some kills, and the Ancient Apparition is a solo lane support, maybe too weak? I'm not sure about this, but he seems very weak to me.
Well, I mean, if you have something like a Razor in your lane, you're fine, because then with Chilling Touch and those 2 heroes just right-clicking a little bit, you can deal with anything, right? But I agree, you don't really have any stun. You don't have any stuns for those 2 heroes. Normally, your second support is a hero that can set up for the Ancient Aberration to actually get the stun off, but in this case, it's a Night Stalker, so not really anything that can help with that. I like the Ancient Aberration against Lycan overall, though, because if you hit the Ice Blast, it makes Lycan's life very miserable, since I don't know any Lycan player that would not want to go for Armlet, and if you're playing against an Ice Blast, then Armlet toggling is not something you can do that efficiently. So, pretty annoying.
Yep. Ice Blast is quite a great of a pickup against the... Mask of Madness, actually, and Armlet. Maybe we will see
Yeah,
both these items.
increased damage as well as Armlet toggling not working out.
Yeah, that may be problematic. So we see bans on the Chaos Knight. That's actually quite of an interest.
Radiant team ban.
Yeah, they are really worried about that Ancient Aberration duo to be annoying. I understand the CK though, because first of all, the like it's the same thing as a Racer kind of thing. The dual lane with A and CK is unbearable for any offlaner because you get a 2-second stun off, you get the cold feet stun off afterwards, and well, anything dies, right? Plus it's a good hero against Lycan. You get a stun off, you hit him a couple of times, and he will be killed if you have like 3 Phantasms getting like 1 or 2 hits off each on the Lycan. That is a very easy hero to kill, very tanky, so hard to kill for the Lycan. And Lycan does not deal well with illusion heroes. Faceless Void, you said it yourself. Just, you know, the wombo combo with the Ice Blast. One of the better heroes against Lycan as well. Not necessarily because you are a great bashing hero or anything like that, but you can keep the Lycan in control, and it's hard for the Lycan to ever kill the Void because you usually can get like 1 or 2 time walks off before he kills you.
Radiant team.
And here comes the Earthshaker for Gambit Esports. And what's quite interesting, Team Spirit already played CK. I tried to find like a reason why they're banning this hero out. They actually played Ancient Aberration CK before against Lycan. They played against Team Effect. They also picked up Dragon Knight. And CK was their main core.
I remember that I saw a CKA duo, but I could not remember what I didn't watch the game, so I couldn't really remember which teams was playing it. But it is a very scary duo. It's like an old school duo, but it's you know, people can bring stuff back. And Spirit definitely is the kind of team that would want to pick up a hero like CK in these kind of situations. They go for some of the more like old school duos, old school combos, and Sven A also one of the more old school things. Good lane setup, of course. You have an A, which is a hero that is completely fine with just, you know, AFK stacking and sitting in the safe lane, sitting around the Ancients. He doesn't really have anything to do. I mean, you know, you want to get your level 6 eventually, but apart from that, you don't mind what you're doing. The Night Stalker is going to be roaming a lot, so he can also stack Ancients, you know, when he's on the way from one lane to another. And Sven, tanky hero against the Lycan. One of the few heroes who can, first of all, outfarm the Lycan, and the timing, like Sven versus Lycan, they both pretty much have the same timing. They want to start fighting, and they both deal roughly the same amount of damage. So I like the Sven pickup. There's a lot of control in Gambit with the Earthshaker and the Bane, and now also the Spirit Breaker, but I still feel like as long as the Sven doesn't get controlled too hard, he's going to do a lot of work.
Yeah, but there is a control over KB. There is a super fast Lycan who can simply outrun Sven, Fisher who blocks out the way, Spirit Breaker who may chase in your tail the whole fight long, and Team Spirit really need to come up with some kind of idea how to keep people in place. They got one reliable stand now, they got a Stormhammer by Sven, but is it enough? Maybe some kind of Doxia Night Stalker for the offlane and like vacuum into Stormhammer, or some kind of a Puck may have been.
Is this a day where we're cursing the Puck? It's like Puck is good every game, but it doesn't get picked up. Like the first game, it's like Puck looked amazing, didn't get picked up. And here the second game, Puck looks again fairly amazing. I mean, Earthshaker is a wombo combo hero, and the best thing you can do when you're playing against an Earthshaker kind of hero in the offlane, like an Earthshaker or Magnus, is having a mid laner or a safe laner who is very, very hard to catch. And Puck is the kind of hero you never get an Echo combo off. Like either you get an Echo off solo on the Puck, or you get it off on someone else where the Puck is not involved. Like you don't catch the Puck plus someone else that often. Titan, I guess, picked up by Team Spirit. Well, also kind of a hero that it's been picked up now and then, you know, a little bit here and there. It's been in the meta a long time ago, but suddenly it's coming back in and being picked once in a while. It's a good hero against lots of stuns, of course, because you can just purge all of it You can be the
5
frontliner,
seconds
and
remaining.
as an Earthshaker plus a Spirit Breaker, it's actually super annoying to play against Titan because
Reserve time.
he's just going to sit in front of you. He's going to block your way to get a blink on the actual heroes you want to go on. And having like a mechanism plus a potential pipe on the Titan, that means that killing him is going to be very difficult. Plus the Ravage is also great. You talked about having more stuns to keep them in control. Why not having a Ravage?
Yeah, that's actually a great pickup also. With Spirit Breaker probably Gambit Esports will bet a lot on dominating first, and Ravage as a counter-initiate mechanism is always great.
It's also a very, very tough lane to actually deal with the Titan. I mean, Spirit Breaker doesn't do that much damage because Titan Titan deals so well with right-click damage. Lycan as well is a kind of low damage right-clicker with his walls as well as his own hero in the early game.
Radiant
It's only the
team
Bane's
ban.
Brain Sap that can really zone away the Titan. So if the Night Stalker helps him the first couple of levels, I feel like this Titan can actually get fairly out of control in the lane as well. So we'll see if that's going to be happening. The Batrider gets banned out with the what's it called, Legion Commander from Team Spirit. They are, just banning a lot of offlane heroes.
5
Nyx
seconds
Sanking
remaining.
Legion as well as Batrider. And as for Gambit, they will go for the 5th ban on the Queen of Pain.
Reserve
Not
time.
wanting to deal with that in the mid lane. The Templar Assassin gets removed from the side of Team
Radiant
Spirit, and that
team
looks to
pick.
be a puck pickup. Because the one hero that you don't want to play against when you're puck is the Templar Assassin. So unless they want to go for something like a Shadow Fiend instead,
Lina.
then that seems okay. Lina,
No pack gaming.
I was wrong. We are always wrong. We're so bad at this.
Still chance for Gambit Esports. Please give us puck. We want to see this little fairy dragon, and maybe he's not that bad against Lina. Also, some kind of a setup control over Sven.
10
Destroying
seconds
quite a lot.
remaining.
Silences against Lina, against Ancient Depression. Maybe a good idea,
5
but
seconds
Night
remaining.
Stalker in the mid lane with Lina and with his own
I don't
silence may
think it's gonna
destroy,
happen
and
then.
Viper.
No.
Oh, mama.
Oh, that's some dirty stuff. I was kind of thinking about maybe something like an OD because it's good against Titan in terms of damaging him and decent against Sven as well. Saves, but a little bit awkward against the Night Stalker since the Night Stalker's nighttime silence is like 5 or 6 seconds, so that's a lot of time where the OD doesn't do anything. But they decide to go for Viper. Here we've seen a couple of times being pulled out as well. Obviously, supposedly one of the heroes that should always win the mid lane matchup. Even the Lina is not having too much fun against a Viper necessarily. And, well, Team Spirit, yesterday we saw Iceberg just completely one-man army win the game with his Lina, so I guess that's the reason why he feels like this is a hero
10
over the puck.
seconds
He
remaining.
loves the Lina, he's very, very confident on it, and he does well with
5
it. So
seconds
if they can give him a small helping hand in the mid lane, then he's going to pull off a lot of fancy stuff in that mid lane matchup. And Kuman on the Viper, that's
wow.
that's wow. I mean, I don't really feel like Viper wins the lane matchup that hard against Lina. And whenever I see Viper, my first thought is always, okay, you have to win the mid lane hard, because otherwise this hero is going to fall off. It doesn't farm fast, it relies on the mid lane, it doesn't roam that fast, it's a very slow hero, it doesn't rotate that well, so you kind of have to stomp the lane for it to be worth it. We've seen in the past, I believe, I think it was G in the past when Viper was popular, like he was the only one who actually made Viper late game work out. Somehow, but everyone else who tried to pick up Viper, it was always like, once you get past 25 minutes, the hero has no more farm left, and then it's just sad to watch. So we'll see if Kuman is going to be able to make it work. For one, we have predictions.
Time to
Least deaths.
Uh,
Least deaths.
Prepare for
I
battle.
wanted to say something
believe-
like an AA because he will sit on the base all the time, but maybe
Yeah,
not.
but it's Vansko versus Always Wanna Fly. Those two, they want to both die a lot. They love dying. Always Wanna Feed and Vansko, they have to fight over that. So let's put it on. I'll put it on FNG actually. I feel like he's playing a hero that can maybe snowball and very tanky, and he's usually playing very well. Total number of Blink Daggers. Let's see. Blink on Shaker. Blink on Sven. Blink on Tide. That's 3.
Use the blink on Sven actually, that's popular.
Oh, it's before by 25 minutes. So that depends on whether or not he gets like a perfect timing before, because I think it should be happening. I mean, Mask of Madness, Sanjin Yasha, Threads blink by 25 minutes. That should be possible.
Well, from the side of Gambit, there is a lot of pressure actually. They will be ready to 5 men. They got some kind of decent pick off, a lot of troll, and maybe we will see. Question is what Kuman is going for. Is that kind of a Viper with Dragonlance or like Yasha, this kind of thing, or the mech?
By 7 minutes. That's Ice. Last one, highest. Yeah, 2 seconds. I don't know. 1,000 plus.
Up to 1K.
So that's to YOLO. 700 to 1K. I was just panic. I was panicking because I was running out of time. Is it going to be set? Yeah, it's going to be 700. The Sven is going to go YOLO. He's going to do that much damage. He's going to get to the point where he has a Daedalus. I believe in him.
But it feels like we get some kind of a curse on the Radiant side today. First M19, and now Team Spear is getting some kind of an issues with their bootcamp, 5-man DC. Time for Gambit to discuss their strats.
This is like the hidden, guys. We haven't prepared for this game. Let's just like take 5 more minutes to discuss what's happening. Oh, we lost connection, guys.
Fortunately. What will the Gambit? How are they laning? The Spirit Breaker as a big number round on the lanes. And question is where Nightstalker will chill. Most likely he will try to annoy Viper, but do you want to annoy Viper as a melee hero? Do you really want to come anywhere close to? I mean, sacrifice your own HP for last hits for Lena may be a good idea, but Nightstalker, it feels like he still wants to get some kind of a level.
I feel like it's going to be a lot of focus on the mid lane. I feel like it's the mid lane that's like the only lane you can really do that much in a lot of ways, because on the side of Gambit, like, you have an Urshik off lane. Urshik off lane is a hero that doesn't necessarily pressure that much unless he gets completely out of hand, so I don't feel like they need to do much against this Urshik. I don't feel like there's any need to like pressure him or anything like that. You might as well just leave him alone and focus on stacking for the Sven, as well as focusing on the mid lane. And I mean, the last game I saw Iceberg on the Lena, he went like completely crazy on the Lena. He destroyed a mid laner more than anyone should ever be destroyed. So if you give him a helping hand, maybe he can do the same thing against the Viper, even though no one really wants to hit a Viper ever.
Now we need to know if 9 minutes will be enough for team rejoin, and DDoS confirmed. Quite of a common thing. The CIS
well, at
region.
least it's not 9 minutes until default loss. It's 9 minutes until unpause, where they will just all stand still. That would be interesting. Like watching like 5 minutes gameplay of 5 heroes just standing still. That's something, right?
Well, AA got all the chances to die to creeps. Go to base.
I'm sure like if that ever happened, that an unpause came, like the first thing you do with Gambit is like, okay guys, find them in the jungle. Go, run them down, and then when they actually reconnect at like 30 seconds into the game, it's like, why are we all dead?
Well, here comes the first reconnect. So FNG, the early bird, ready to go back into the game, and one by one, like
one
from
by
left
one,
to right.
they're coming back.
Yeah, they're coming back. The only one who with Phobos, and Phobos finally back in the game, and we're all about to start. And actually, his Tidehunter is so.
Is it a fancy Tidehunter?
I mean, there's like a shock on top of it. It's like a Valve picture with like back in good old days in Dota, where that man with the red thingy. Yeah, look at his head. It's like shark with a red spinning thing.
Oh, it's a fish with a shark on his head and an octopus in his hand.
And a fish in another hand. Actually, that's an eel.
Is that another fish?
Yeah, there's like fishy.
Like the back of it is a fish. Oh yeah, that's actually so many fishes. How's the back of it an eel? Like that's a poor eel. Like look at that, he doesn't want to be here. It's like just being dragged around on the floor. It's like I don't want to be here.
Oh, and here comes the 2-on-2 classic mid lane.
The two strength heroes fighting into each other, and then the two ranged heroes just trading hits, and let's see Kuman and Bignum, they have that Howl, which makes them a lot stronger in terms of those trade-offs, but it's only going to be FNG who takes the damage. And the thing is, if the support hero is the one tanking all of the hits, he doesn't really care too much. He can just go back to base if anything comes to worst. Whereas Kuman, he got forced to use all of his regen already. He's used one of his tankos. He has one more tanko left, the Fairy as well. He's trying to bring Asal into the mix, but in the meantime, Iceberg, he's having a good time. He's going to be close towards his bottle already with 450 gold on him. He has 5 last hits, and Kuman is feeling a little bit of pressure.
Well, Phobos on the top lane not really care about anything. This kind of a green watermelon is not really giving a damn about anything. Is level 2.
And this is the lane matchup I was kind of fearing a little bit, because Bane on his own with the pure damage is decent against the Titan, but the thing is, Lycan does absolutely nothing to him. And look at the damage even with the Howl. He really does not care about those right clicks. Like, he's just walking around, he has his boots already, he has 6 last hits, he's almost level 3, so DK Phobos does not give a damn about what the hell always wants to do to him mid lane. We have Iceberg being charged down a little bit, maybe taking a little bit too much damage. 1 bash is all he needs, but Bignum does not get 1 single bash in 3 hits. And Iceberg is going to count his lucky stars, and he will survive. Double damage from in the top lane for Bignum to grab. That looks like it's going to be the Spirit Breaker. So far so good. And bottom lane, Sven having a good time free farming, and well, this is what's expected against Euroshiga. Treasure Cat is getting some levels and a little bit of last hits, but you can't really stop the Sven from farming.
Comes the first blood on top lane, rotation from Bignum with double damage, and that green melon got cut into pieces. Time for FNG to probably snatch a little bit of XP from an empty lane, yet Tidehunter is dipping in and he is back in business. Question is, will there be a second attempt? Yet there is no mana on Spirit Breaker, and the same issue for... yeah, he's quite short on mana, so he can't farm that freely. Oh, someone is left alone. FNG, question is what he's waiting for. 1 more minute and probably they will try to go on the Viper, but before that Lina needs to finish her bottle.
Yeah, well, nice first spot for the side of Gambit, just abusing that double damage, and that's pretty much the only situation where DK Phobos would die there. Being hit by like 80, like actually that's like 100 damage per click from that Spirit Breaker in this, that situation, so that's a little bit painful, but either way, DK Phobos, he will continue to siege, and he's actually playing so safe. He doesn't know what's happening with the Spirit Breaker. He's expecting him to be roaming around, so he's playing it super safe. We'll go back into the jungle for now. Mid lane we have Iceberg grabbing a kill with the help of FNG on Kuman. So finally getting those CS out of hand, and like I said, like Iceberg 22 CS against the 15 from the Viper. This is the lane where the Viper really just has to win the lane. So if Iceberg is even or ahead, then this is bad for Kuman. Like, this is really bad. And right now he's ahead.
Yeah, the problem is that they knew that there will be no Spirit Breaker to defend Kuman in the mid lane. They rotated FNG, there is already a Knight, Surecat, killing up in the base. And all Iceberg needed is a little bit of time without Spirit Breaker to run over Kuman. Yet he got a haste and simply runs away. Like, what can they do?
Nothing is going to happen in that situation. And this is actually the fattest Night Stalker I've seen today. And yesterday. I saw 2 other position 4 Night Stalkers, and both times at the 4-minute mark they were still level 1. So well, so this is like a lot of levels on a Night Stalker right now compared to the other ones I've seen in the last days. Being level 3 at the first night times, you know, that's almost being fat at that point. The A having decent levels, stacking a loads. Very big camp being stacked in the bottom lane, as that is going to be a very happy Sven once he grabs his ultimate to farm that. There's no ancient camps right now, but I mean, you know, the A can only do so much. He's stacking the melee camp first, and then later on he's going to go to the mid lane with DP, and the Iceberg might be able to survive here. They go for the Chilling Touch and the Ice Path.
But there is no Laguna, so he's completely fine. And what's really important for Team Spirit, that they get strong lanes, they're not suffering against Gambit at all. Tidehunter is completely fine on his own, and Iceberg can allow himself to constantly abuse the bottle, always be on top HP and mana, and Kuman sadly can't really do that. He's also going for Dragonlance. He already got everything planned out in his quick buy.
So that's I want Aquila, 1, then Dragonlance, then Treads, then that's actually the same thing I do when I'm playing. I also like go for the first like 5 items in my mind, and just like put it all there. You know, might as well have it there in the start. No need to worry about anything. Just put everything in the basket in the first place. And let's see FNG in the back lines. Okay, well he's level 4, so still nighttime. He can just fly over that Fisher, despite the Fisher block being very good. But it doesn't stop the flying Batman.
Yeah, a couple of patches ago that would have been a dead Night Stalker, and when all this happened, there were so many picks up of Night Stalker, and actually, I think a lot of people were quite confused, especially in the bot games. There were a lot of us who were not reading the chat logs, and then they're like, "Ha! I blocked out this Night Stalker, and now he's dead!" And then he's flying away. So I was like, "What?
What? Oh, cool man, in the middle. Oh, 20 HP. The raindrops saving his life as Iceberg almost grabbing a kill there, and he was the one getting jumped on with the charge forward from Bignum, but that just goes to show that he's a little bit scary now, and we have FNG trying his very best to go in there. He knew that Kuman was most likely going to be greedy and go for the shrine, but he was not fast enough to get that free kill on the Viper. Will not be punished though. No punishment will be done right now. In the meantime, let's see top lane. DK focus on that Titan, just getting a little bit of farm. He is having his arcane boost available, double the last hits of the Earth Shaker, and well, he's having his arcanes. He's going for a looks that's going to be a mechanism pickup.
Yep.
He's having a good time.
Yeah, 5 man and go full in. Yeah, there is a 2 again, but Iceberg is quite short on mana. He got on Bottle Charge, and soon night will be over. Nightstalker is only level 4, so probably Iceberg needs to play more careful. And what I was surprised of, there is no pressure on any other side lanes at all. It's all about Iceberg and all about Kuman. That is, though, it's really important to secure the mid lane. But it feels like free farming Sven is much better than Lycan. Lycan is that kind of a hero on whom you don't want to play from the behind. He's actually accepting the challenge and he's going for Hand of Midas. That's kind of an unexpected, but wants to catch up and fun.
Well, I mean, I don't mind Hand of Midas on the Lycan necessarily, because he still pretty much gets the same kind of timing as he wants to with like the Midas into Mask of Madness Armlet. It's kind of common to get Midas nowadays, but I feel like regardless of that, they need to find a way to put more pressure, because right now they are not stacking themselves, they are just trading farm, and the farm is much more efficient from Team Spirit, because they have a Titan who's stacking for himself and he's farming the camps very quickly. We have the Sven who already stacked that insanely stacked hard camp on the safe lane, and there's a big ancient camp already being prepared as FNG is going to make it bigger and bigger. So that is going to be a lot more farm for the Sven to clear up. He already has the Mask of Madness completed, so he can go for that ancient camp if he wants to. So, I don't know, man. You need to start doing something, because Iceberg in the mid lane, he's already doubling the net worth of the Viper just by having more last hits and having a little bit more kill advantage compared to Kuman. So sure, the levels are even, but the net worth is far from even. So they need to do something.
Advantage on minute 10. That's actually quite a lot.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. You know, last time I saw Iceberg on the lane, this is why they love picking it for him. Is like they don't care about anything. It's like just pick him Lina. Pick him Lina. He's gonna win the game.
Yeah, and these rotations from Bignum, they are not really working out, and it felt like they harmed their own team much more before. Like a couple of minutes ago, they tried to kill Vansko, level 4 Ancient Operation, completely alone with Earthshaker and Spiritbreaker, and Vansko simply ran away. It seems like a kind of an unbelievable scenario when you're playing against so much lockdown, but I believe that's a very bad sign.
Well, you have the ice wall that you can use as a skater thing nowadays. It's kind of weird that they don't show that it gets like that. It actually gives it movement speed. It doesn't show that on the screen, which always seems like a weird thing. But it's pretty funny to see how he just like slipping over that thing. And now let's see the Spirit Dragon coming up, and just barely getting that combo stun off with the what's it called? Cold Feet. And I'll see Bignum actually survives. Very nicely done there from Treasure Cat, using the Fascia and also comboing up with the Enchant Totem straight up to make sure that BCC does not get any hits off to cleave or hit Bignum to death. He survives, but regardless, like you said, they need to find something. They need to get this Bignum involved in some kills. They need to start doing some work in terms of stopping these camps from being farmed, as the Sven has already cleared the first ancient camp, and you can see FNG, he's right back to business, already doing the work on the second stack, as he's stacking up more and more and more. And the Sven, he has his threat, he has his Mask of Madness, and he's very close to finishing a Sand as well, which is just going to be more and more farm. Surprisingly enough, the Lycan is keeping up in net worth with that Midas, but at some point this Sven's net worth is going to explode, that's for sure.
Yep, especially after taking the Ancient stacks. A Night Stalker with Urn may be a huge of a headache for Earthshaker, who's going for Blink Dagger, probably won't be able to properly. What's interesting, they gave up on the idea of trying to burst down Lycan, yet there is a smoke on a smoke action, there is a Fiend's Grip up on Bane. Question is whom they want to bully, whom they want to find. Probably target would have been the Sven, but did they expect a 4-man rotation?
Let's see, Lycan and no, this is not the place you want to be, though. This is not how you want to do this, Gambit. No. Oh boy.
Night Stalker was flying on a hunt, yet Treasure Guide is running away, and double kill. With Ice Blast Rage to the Barrage.
I am very, very confused about that. I mean, they had vision, so that's why they felt like even going from the low ground would be fine. They had the Fiend script with the Bane, and the Lycan they wanted to make a move with him just to make him involved in some of the kills, but it just feels like it's such a messy initiation when you smoke up from the low ground, you don't have anyone in position to stun up anyone, and then you just run into a Light Strike away and die. Like, that really just seemed messy. Sure, you didn't know anything, but at least they could have made sure that Treasure Cat was like on the side, and then he could have fissured to maybe stop the disaster from happening, but that just went wrong at the wrong time at the wrong place.
Yep, meanwhile in top lane DK Phobos is finishing his mech almost. That's quite of a pumped Watermelon. He's 1k gold ahead, and Sure Cat is going to contest with Phobos. And question is where the Lycan will go. He finally goes for Mask of Madness with Hull. He's farming quite good, and even with Midas, but come on. It is the Sven and the whole stacked jungle. What can you do against that?
Who's going to be the most farmed Mask of Madness, big boy? That's the question, right? And indeed, the Titan is going to do a lot. I wonder how many times you've said watermelon throughout this game. Like, there should be a count on a watermelon. Like,
you know, it's
watermelon,
like summer,
summer.
It's summer, it's time for watermelons. Please don't judge me. It's quite of a... Even though it's cold, I miss good old watermelons. And actually, it's a pleasure for my eyes to see finally Tide Hunter. I'm kind of tired of all the same 20 heroes being picked up and banned in every single game, and see something new as a Tide. It's always great.
See something new. Every single game has CIS qualifiers, Night Stalker, Sand King, Clockwork, and Nyx Assassin in the first phase. But, you know, at least the offlane is versatile, right? At least the offlane is different.
Actually, there are plenty of picks. Yep, we might say that Earthshaker is kind of a more popular pick. Yet, question is if BZZ is going too deep in there. He's charged it, he's running away. Meanwhile, on the top lane, that's a dead Earthshaker. He's still got an Echo Slam, but will be able to run away. No Ravage committed, so most likely he's doing just fine. Here comes the rotation from Coolman.
The Echo, the Ravage is available. Ravage of Treasure Cat ends up dropping down, so that is a big commitment only for FNG support here right now. They try to get another kill going. With the team from the Bane. Blast comes out. Let's see the Lycan ends up getting hit by this. He pops his ultimate. He's trying to run down Iceberg. This is a very, very big kill if they can get it. Iceberg ends up dropping down. He tried to bring down Daxak with him. Well, that is not going to be happening, so a triple kill comes out from Crewman, and that's exactly what they needed. Bring that Viper into play and get him some kills, as this guy needs to do something. He'll go for Hood of Defiance now, and that is a 3-for-2 trade-off. They lost the offlane and the support here, and they ended up getting a lot of good kills.
It feels like once again here comes this issue of going one by ones, then being instantly controlled with a Fiend's Grip, no damage, no mana for God Strength, and
in the end, I lost that. I was, well, I mean, the issue is basically the Lina came in after the Ravage was already over, so you couldn't really combo with it. And the Sven was not in the fight in the first place, so it's just an awkward fight to take for Team Spirit. Otherwise, it would have probably been very, very easy for them to do work with it. But it was like the 1-by-1 Dota. They tried to clean up, they tried to continue going, and they ended up losing a little bit more than they should have. The mechanism being completed by the Titan now is a very nice pickup. The Blink should be out very soon from the Urshik after that fight, even if he died. Yeah, he's 300 gold away from it. Earn on the Spirit Breaker, the Viper. Wait, does he change his build? Is that a Midas I see? That is a Midas, okay, so they're going for the farm game.
Question is, do you want to farm against Spirit? Yep. Well, maybe Nightstalker is falling.
Well, I guess the Lycan already went for the Midas, so it's like, well, like my safe laner went for Midas, I want a Midas too. I don't want to be left behind. Well, I mean, I don't actually mind the Midas too much, because I feel like there's no way that the game ends before like 30 plus minutes the way it's going right now. And you just want a big fight with the Viper, so you might as well use that 2,000 gold from the fight to just buy a Midas and then continue going, because it's not like, well, you could get the Hood of Defiance as well, but if you go for Hood of Defiance, you really commit to get a lot of one fights very soon, because you don't farm with any of those items, like Dragonlance, Hood of Defiance is not a lot of farming speed. But the Midas at least keeps you in the game, even if you don't take active fights. So we'll see if they can keep it up. 3-man smoking from the side of Gambit. Yeah, that Earthshaker ready to go again with another blink.
Well, right now it feels like things are going much better for Gambit, even though there is a gold advantage for Sanador. Team Spirit to get
like
up there
both
also.
Always smoking on each other. Another smoke comes out from the both sides. Sven is going to go for smoke. He doesn't have his blink available just yet. Just the Sanjin Josh and Mask of Madness. And the A went for smoke as well. Looks like, I'm not sure, is this a warding mission or they're trying to go for like a tower? It seems like they're not really too sure about where they want to go with the Sven. Wasting a lot of time as the team on the bottom ends up dropping down. Bignum gets a charge going, but they do not have any detection, so they're not going to be able to punish Iceberg from being in this position. Let's see, DK Phobos, the only one showing in the top lane, but Sentinel being put down, and Lina is going to run right into it, and they see him and they kill him. As Iceberg ends up dropping down, the Crybaby comes out as he know, okay, he knew, guys, I went too far. Let's see the TP to the top lane, always gonna fly, ends up being the first one TPing in and being the first one dropping. Very nice Ravage from DK Phobos hitting onto 3 people. The Viper's taking a lot of damage, maybe taken down with the ice that's proccing. Kuman drops down and now Bignum will be hit by a Stormhammer, and that is a double kill for DK Phobos. This is a disaster fight for Gambit.
Yeah, I mean, why? Why would you go there? First of all, you're tipping 1-by-1. You already lost your tier 2 there. There is nothing to defend. You get no big ults, there is no Echo Slam, there's only Phoenix Creep available, no even a Shapeshift. Why would you go there 1-by-1? And of course it's getting punished by Team Spirit there, taking the mid laner and a position for great trade. Like, even though
that's like one of the most classic mistakes that happens competitively. It's like you just got a call pick off in the bottom lane, so you feel like you're much stronger and you feel like you should be able to take a fight because you're 4 versus 5, right? But the thing is, you can't TP into a tower that's already under siege by 5 people, because what will happen is you will have one person show 1 second after the next person, 1 second after the next person, and first of all, if the Bane is the first one that TPs, then he's dead in 1 second, and you can't just do that, you know, 1-by-1 by 1-by-1. That doesn't happen. That does not happen.
Yeah, that's a common mistake though. In a lot of games, both in pubs and pro plays, it felt like Gambit just gone too greedy, but time to move on. Let's take a look at what is there interesting in their blink tag there on Tidehunter. Now he's going for Guardian Greaves plus Pipe, a lot of tankiness for side of Team Spirit. Question is what Sven is going for. What does he bring? And here comes the blink tag. Okay, I lost my bet to you. I miserably lost it.
You actually believe that the Sven wouldn't get a blink?
I mean, I thought that there will be much more pressure from side of a Gambit. Just look at their heroes.
Oh, you thought they were gonna get rolled over. You didn't believe in Iceberg. Did not have faith in Iceberg. Actually, he's been feeding the last couple of kills, so I guess maybe he's not the one doing all of the work right now. Mid lane, we have playing Fortune BCC on Viper. Iceberg comes in to follow it up, and that is a dead crewman. Viper, second time in a row that he drops down, and now you're very quickly going into that that plummet situation where you're going to drop down. They will go for Roshana with the leftover of the guard strength, and well, at least they're keeping up in farm because of the double Midas on the side of Gambit, but the question is, are you really fine with just keeping on and not actually winning the always wanna fly? What? This guy is crazy, man.
Yeah, here comes another rotation from Big Nam into Shirkat. They got an Echo Slam and Blink Dagger. Question is, will they be there in time? Roche is already being closed down. So, no, very good.
All over. Oh, FNG gets here now. Looks like that's going to be a DP out from Cat. We have the Sun coming out as the Spirit will be hit by the Stormhammer. They know where he is roughly. They'll go on him. They'll try and burst him down. Oh, they go for the Laguna Blade. The Iceberg is not messing around. That is a dead little cowboy.
Well, he tried to give a lot of space for his team. I think he managed to escape. It's sad. It's sad to lose a space cow, but you know. Actually, he changed his mind. Wanted to go for the minus, or I was mistaken. Maybe I was.
I don't think he ever even showed any items. He was like, I'm just a space cow with an urn. I'm just a space cow with an urn. No more items being made on this guy. The Lycan will have his BKB very, very soon. No armor this game, which is, well, I guess that's not surprising against A. Like, if there's ever a game where you don't go for the armor on Lycan, it's probably against the A. So, BKB makes a lot of sense. The Viper's also trying to go for BKB. Next, he has a Yasha on top of that, so a little bit more damage. Slowly moving into that late game scaling Viper, but I don't really feel like the Viper and the Lycan has seen a lot. They haven't really done too much in the game so far. We had that one fight where, because of a team fight going wrong from Spirit, the Viper ended up getting a triple kill. But apart from that, I haven't really seen the Lycan nor the Viper actually do anything amazing. Whereas the Sven has done a lot in the last couple of fights. We had Iceberg in the early game doing loads of work in the mid lane. And even DK Phobos, his Ravages have pretty much hit like 3 or 4 people the whole game. So if they can keep that up, then they're in a good road. The pipe is soon complete on the Titan as well, which will make the Earth Shaker's life miserable. Even if you get a good Echo Slam off, most of the damage is going to be removed anyways. So it's all in the basket of the Lycan and the Viper.
What's actually really interesting, Lycan is going for Diffusal Blade. Question is, what is this to? You can't burst things off yourself anymore, as far as I remember, so I guess that's some kind of a more lockdown against Sven. Yeah, so he's not that fast yet. He got a Blink Dagger and instant follow-up with Laguna and Ice Blast, so without BKB it may be problematic, yet Lycan already got it, and maybe time to have another kind of a fight. Night Stalker is scouting out things, he got a Solar Crest. Team Spirit is not in a hurry, they need to finish off tier 2 on bottom first, and probably after that so go on high ground. Yet they got Aegis. No.
Yeah, there's
maybe
another T2 tower left. They can
before.
maybe try and go for pick-off or something like that. About the Diffusal Blade, well, it's a good item against Sven. I mean, you can purge off the Warcry from anyone. Just get that 20 armor away. And that's the issue about fighting up against Sven, right? Because you pop your Lycan ult and then you have, you know, 20-40 seconds of Lycan ult where you want to get a couple of kills quickly, but 20 plus armor on a lot of heroes in 8 seconds is quite annoying to deal with. So having a Diffusal Blade is nice. Plus, you have that armlet slot that you don't have right now, so I guess like medium-sized DPS items like the Diffusal Blade is fine to replace the armlet.
Yeah, and that they still got he still got a hand of Midas against the instead of this armlet.
That is true.
And there is a double damage being scouted out and destroyed by Lycan. You don't want to see double damage on Sven. It may turn into a disaster.
Denying the double damage. Don't want that. No one wants that. No one.
Yeah,
no RNG for anyone. No one shall have an upper hand. We will beat you without it.
Well, still for me, Team Spirit are much stronger now. They got 10k gold advantage, and that's quite a bit. It's a couple of major items on course for Linux, actually BOTs, and she managed to get her BKB. Now all this lockdown is, except for Fiend's Grip and the Nether Strike, probably still problematic, but what's more important, there is no Earthshaker problem for her. And
I always want to fly his quick buy. He does this every game. I love it.
That's a dedicated support life.
It's actually amazing. He does this every game. He's played Bane like pretty much every single game so far, and he does this every time. It's like he has brown boots, and then it's like, what?
It's like, you know, it's like being having a realistic expectations from the game. Because, you know, sometimes we see some kind of optimistic supports being like, okay, I will finish my Tranquil Boots like Maiden, and then I will go for Midas, and then I will go for Blink and Glimmerscape, and this kind of things, and in reality, 20 minutes in, guys, I got my brown boots! Woo!
Not everyone can be a Trash to struggle with a knack in himself to trying to win the game for his team. Some people is just a brown boot bane. Some people is just a brown boot bane.
But let's not shame the dedicated position 5 supports. Let's not shame them. It's
I would never dare shame the glorious position 6 supports with Observer Wards.
Yeah, but what's the issue for Team Spirit is that there is no Knight anytime soon. Darkness only available in 60 seconds, and going for a smoke gag without additional vision on Night Stalker may be problematic. And here comes a 5-man on a 5-man smoke. They're
Well, it's
baiting
very
on
unexpected
BZZ.
at least. That's why they want to do it. Here comes Esports down 3-1. Good initiation onto the laser. They get Ravage off. Alina is going to be able to survive, but not enough to get a BKB off or do anything else with it. As Darkseid goes to work, gets 1, gets 2 with the Lycan, and now Sven tries to do the same thing the other way around. Darkseid gets a Solar Crest on him, and he's taking so much damage from BCC. Charge comes through from Big Numb, trying to do something, and let's see Darkseid, he loses his shapeshift. He needs to be careful. Very nice Fisher from Pressure Cat, keeping BCC under control. But FNG is going to be hunting down Darkseid no matter what. He's going to be man fighting him, and he will win the man fight as Lycan will finally drop down. But BCC is now going to be taken care of by the Viper. He doesn't have the BKB, doesn't have the Dark Strength anymore. And that is the end of the Sven. Now Big Numb is going to be chased down by the BKB Iceberg coming back in after dying, respawning, and then TPing into the lane. He will get the kill on the Spirit Breaker. What a long fight. And now Treasure Cat, oh, barely surviving that.
Oh, he managed to get the gem of True
He got
Side.
the gem as well. He killed the Night Stalker, got the gem, got the kill on the Lina in the first place with the Echo Slab, and then also kept the Lycan alive for such a long time with a follow-up Fisher. This Earthshaker is doing work, man.
And he got his Shadow Blade. Vadscore also got for Hand of Midas. He's going to Glimmerscape. A little bit of survivability. I always wanna fly puts Phobos to sleep. A little bit of nightmares for Tidehand, and it feels like the nightmare was true. This fight for Team Spirit was awful. They lost a bit of their advantage. And,
well, it's pretty much just like the one thing you can't afford. The Lina being caught off guard that's the first thing. Movement on the high ground, not expecting that to be happening. They get the jump and they get the kill on him. As Movement is going to be taken down. That Observer Ward on the left hand camp, taking care of the Viper. Maybe a little bit careless with the Viper because he can see that there's no creeps there, so he knows there's an Observer Ward there, but despite that, he still farms when he doesn't see anyone in the lanes, just not expecting them to go for such a quick move with the whole team of Spirit. Now, 50 seconds, no Viper. That means tier 3 tower.
And probably Rexes. They still got a Ravage in 15. The Echo Slam is available. Yeah, Iceberg is hitting from a safe distance. He got a BKB. Yet they need to keep an eye on the Earthshaker. He's already standing in position. He's ready to jump in.
Oh, the BKB Iceberg. He knows that he cannot allow that shot to go through without popping his BKB. He pops and the Spirit Breaker ends up being taken down. They're all gathered up in a little clump, but well, I guess Treasure Cat didn't want to go in with Alina still having his BKB on, even though they were very, very close together. That was like, stack up, boys, real tight. Alright, Bane was jumped on by BCC. You know, you might as well kill the ward golem as the first one. The easy kill, the range track will be taken care of, and now Iceberg is going to work on the Melirax as well. Viper TP's in as he's respawned. Echo comes up from Treasure Cat, but he gets hit by the Songhammer and backlash, and BCC ends up getting taken down. The Spirit Breaker drops down as well. Darkseid goes in, still no shapeshift available. Tries to go for TP back up. Is he going to get it off in time? No, he's not. He's going to be picked off as he tried his best, but that is a dead Lycan, and that is everything going wrong from the side of Gambit. 4 dead, only 1 having buyback available, and despite having buyback, he already used his BKB, so shapeshift with no BKB does not really matter. And that is going to be a second set of frags being taken out from the side of Team Spirit. Baby Rage comes out from Team Spirit, just, you know, having fun, popping those category modes. Now always want to fly. doing the classic always wanna fly move. It's like his whole team is dead, but he still goes in and tries to do something because...
I mean, he's trying to fly a little bit of time. There are 30 seconds to like, and yet there is no echoes left.
It's a classic always wanna fly move. He's like, he knows he's low level, he knows he has no farm, so it's like, I'm dead for 20 seconds anyways, guys. So
yeah, I don't care. I don't care, literally. And finally, he's being optimistic. He's going for goal set, yet 20k advantage for Team Spirit. Roche is up. All chances of turning fight. What are they actually ready?
Go for the end. They went for the take back to smoke up. Now they go for the initiation. Once again, they go for Treasure Cat. He's going to be taken down. He gets denied by always one of fly, surprisingly enough, but denied or not, that doesn't matter. He's dead. Now he's that's gone off. Taken down by Plastic on that Lycan. Lycan trying to go for this. Still on his finish. Go for the finish. Too goddamn tanky. And Spirit Brigade controlling him for a little bit. Big jump. Gets back. The Viper gets up to the fountain as well. Darkseid with that diffusion blade is controlling BCC very nicely. BCC gets himself away. He does have the blink available in a couple of seconds. Vanskull looks like he's going to be taken down here as he's trying to juke himself through this, but they have loads of vision in that area. They will get the kill now. The charge comes through onto BCC. He's going to be a little bit in trouble. FNG standing still. Okay, that's the fireman disconnect.
That's the time. Well, right now, Asian Operation paid a little bit of a price, yet it was a good idea by Team Spirit, yet they were out of resources. They managed to kill Shaker. That's great. There is no Fiend's Grip anymore. So time to GC, reward ourselves.
we can go now. We're done. Let the creeps do the work. We don't need anything more. But yeah, I mean, it was a good idea because, like, the thing is, they know they're in a commanding position. They just took 2 sets of racks. So even if it didn't work out and they ended up losing a fight, they would still probably be in the better position, right? So it doesn't really matter too much for them. They could have ended the game just there by getting the Earthshaker plus 1 more core. It was close. They almost killed the Viper, but I guess they went maybe a little bit too deep trying to kill the Viper and ended up just being kited and controlled. And now they might actually lose a lot of heroes. Looks like he's going to be fine on the Sven as he gets earned up. Oh, FNG tries to get away. Always want to fly, almost getting that sleep off, but FNG a little bit too fast, a little bit too quick for that guy. So they're going to be fine.
Like, yeah. I just noticed. You got brown bots in minute 32. That's a dedicated Night Stalker. He tried to get his solo crest as soon as possible, and 10 orange charges makes it almost impossible for Earthshaker to initiate. Yet they gotta... Yeah, it's like, I don't care for you teammates. No heal for you. I'm keeping all the for myself.
Like he can solo push the tier 3 tower as a Night Stalker and just like earn the Earthshaker forever. Like, one earn.
Yeah. But here comes the Roche for Gambit. They're going in, yet they're Ravage. Blast.
Alright, well, it's a desperation move. I know they have to do something big, otherwise it's not going to be happening unless the Vanskull goes in and gets that ice, just gets that little ice vortex down, gets a little bit of vision on Gambit. They know what's going on. They'll go for the 5-man move back to the shrine up and, well, go for the smoke. Let's see if they can get the wraparound, get a kill on someone. As Team Spirit, they're around the Roche area. They know that this is where Gambit wants to take their final fight. Or at least like that comeback fight / their final fight, depending on who wins it, of course. Team Spirit, they can win it this time. Smoke on a smoke. This is what's happened every step of the way this series. Like, both teams are smoked. Treasure Cat, does he get a good jump? He has the right angle. He sees the Lina, he sees the A, he gets a 2-man Echo Slam off. Can they kill the Lina fast enough? That's the question. But the Ravage comes out from the side and he keeps the Lina alive, and now Treasure Cat is going to be taken down. Into town, Kuman ends up dropping down as well. The Lycan died in, so they always want to fly with the Fiend Script. Just continuing having that Fiend Script active, but it does not happen.
Oh my god. That's a -5. Why do you need Roche now? They're all dead. Lycan won't be able to do anything. Creeps are already doing their dirty deeds. And it's just like a GG. That's a GG for Gambit. Yet they're not calling it.
It's not a GG, man. They have 5-pack on Lycan.
Yeah, but Ethica as Tertiary is saying, good game, well played being called. And here comes the victory for Team Spirit.
They don't even buy back the Lycan. I mean, well, I only had 2 predictions correctly, actually.
I got only 1. Yet Sven was super close. 977. That's pretty cool.
It was DK Phobos with the least stats. Yeah, we should have believed in the Titan. And with the most lasted by 7 minutes was the Sven, actually. I thought it was going to be Iceberg, but nope.
Sven was free farming and a lot of stacks. So yeah,